Hello everybody, today we're going to take a look at skulls. No, not in a morbid, emo, taxidermy your pet chihuahua kind of way. We're going to take a look at the legendary skulls found in Skul the Hero Slayer. There's probably going to be more legendary skulls in the future and their placement is probably going to scale to a different point in the game. At least in my opinion. Because right now these skulls are fucking insane, like they basically break the game when you get them. Imagine getting a Reaper in before Yggdrasil, or like a Yaksha before Yggdrasil. Yeah, you're basically going to streamroll everything in your path. We're going to take a look at the skulls in a ranked fashion. And who might have ranked them, you ask me? It's me. Of course it's fucking me. Because my opinion is the unequivocal truth, and anybody who disputes that is
fake news.
And for the people who don't understand sarcasm, this ranking is just my opinion and not like a line set in stone. You can tell me that the Mummy is your favorite legendary skull for all I care in the comment section down below. I swear, I won't flame the shit out of you in my... So, let's get into it. The rank 4th, lowest tier skull is the Fighter. So before we get into what this skull does, which is basically nothing, I'm going to describe where the skull is from because every skull in this game has some pop culture references. I'm sure like anybody who's played this game has noticed that. For example, the mummy, the werewolf, the clown. So this skull I think derives its roots from Skyrim. From the Dragonborn, I think. From the Dragonborn. It has like similarly horn pointed helmet. And it has kind of the berserk energy that we attribute to, like, you know, just full dying people off fucking cliffs or some shit. So its description says it's a living legend of the Carleon fighting tournament. Sure, dude. And it's a power skull, which is interesting. Because it didn't do shit. So let's take a look at why the skull is complete dog shit. Why the skull is ranked 4th. It requires energy to use a skill. I don't even have energy in real life. Fuck, am I gonna do it in a game? Now, I'm not trying to hate on this skull, but for God's sake, its skills are fast step. You basically run forward and punch people in the face. That's not a superpower, you can do that in real life. And the next skill is parry. Yeah, parry. In a 2D hack and slash platformer game, you're going to parry the enemy. Bitch, I don't need to parry their attacks. I want them to die. In game, but still die. And the last skill that it can have is nuclear punch. Now it sounds pretty cool. And it looks okay. But I expected it to like blow up the entire map and yourself. But instead, it just hits the enemy really hard. That's it. That's fucking it. I'm not kidding. It just hits the enemy.
If you say hit him really hard, I swear to God, I will kick you in the dick.
The only cool thing about this skull is its swap ability, the dragon kick. Now, it somersaults and kicks them in the face. Now, that's pretty fucking cool, not gonna lie. Like, yeah, I'd like to do that. But, you know, playing Skul, I'd rather be a fucking Dark Paladin than be a Dovahkiin. The Yaksha. Now, I'm really conflicted between this skull and this skull at rank 2, because they're both pretty fucking cool. So it was a hard choice, not gonna lie. But this skull, I think it's pretty good at its spot in rank 3. So this skull derives its root from Eastern mythology, like from Onis from the Japanese mythology or Asuras from the Buddhist texts. Because it's got the horns, the spike club, the large potatoes around its neck, and it's wearing the tiger skirt, which is... So Yaksha is a giant goblin that steps on anything smaller than him. I thought it would get some like cool backstory, but nah fam, he's just a big boy who likes to stomp. Its first skill is Yaksha's fist. It concentrates its fist and basically punches people in the face. It also causes enemies to faint, which is
Nice.
its second skill, called Yaksha's March, basically stomps 3 times and deals damage. Yeah, it's pretty simple, but it looks pretty fucking cool. Like, imagine just clubbing people with your fucking legs. Just like stomping people, man. It's great. The third skill it can have is the Goblin Step. Basically, stomp them and hit them with the club. So this skull basically mugs you and takes your wallet in the dark alley. Yeah. The cool thing about this skull is that it's every fifth attack summons a giant foot to step on the enemies. And some enemies probably like it. I mean, we can't really judge their fetishes. But it deals a shit ton of damage, which is
That's a lot of damage!
pretty good. Next, Skull. So at rank 2 we have the Archlich. Now it is a newer skull that was introduced in some newer patches, but it's quickly become my second favorite legendary skull for sure. For all you zoomers out there who don't know where this skull is from, it's a reference to the Lich King from Warcraft 3, which nobody plays anymore. So I'm just gonna call him Lich from now on. Its description is basically it flexing on us, like I'm the king and suck my. Its passive is that it summons chains around enemies randomly, which like they stab enemies and they put them in the hospital, which makes them have insane medical debt, and it basically destroys their life and their family. Its first skill that we're going to talk about is Deathly Chill. It spawns chains from the ground and freezes enemies. And since it deals so much damage that the enemies basically yeet themselves, they don't even freeze, they just die. The next skill is Death March. It spawns chains in a line, which is pretty good for clearing enemies in a single platform. Like, imagine a bunch of enemies are standing in front of you, you just use this skill and it deals a lot of damage, basically kills them. I really like this skill because it just clears your way through the map really quickly. And the last skill it can have is called Seal, because it seals the deal, you know. It just summons a shit ton of chains to penetrate you. Maybe you're into that. I know I am. I mean, I know I am definitely into watching the enemies get wrecked by big, hard, strong chains. Alright, enough of that. Alright, the final skull. The rank 1. The top dog. The Chad of all the skulls. It's the Reaper. It's the Grim Reaper. So this skull is basically the community favorite. Like, everything about this skull is so cool, you can't really hate it. Like, you're literally playing as death. What more do you want? Even the way it glides is so fucking ominous. So let's take a look at why this skull is the Markiplier of skulls. Its first skill is Death by Fire. It literally summons hellfire on the spot, and if you're standing on top of an enemy, well, they're fucked. Its second skill is Sentence, which is quickly dashing forward while swinging its massive its scythe to basically kill people in the way. Its last skill, and this is probably my favorite skill, all skills in the game, it's called Harvest. It basically stun locks enemies in place. Yes, enemies. Multiple enemies. On the entire fucking screen. Doesn't matter how many you are, doesn't matter where you are. It stun locks them and deals an ungodly amount of damage. Now, it is on 30 seconds cooldown, which is necessary because otherwise it would just break the game even more than it already does. But it's basically a death sentence for anything in the Reaper's path. That's it, guys. I hope this guide was informative. Thank you guys for watching the video. You can subscribe to my channel for more Skull the Hero Slayer content if you want to. Leave your comments down below if you want me to do more guides of other categories of Skull, and I'll see you guys later.